Imagine this for a second. The man who once ruled Hollywood, the face of Captain Jack Sparrow himself, sitting quietly, watching the chaos unfold, and choosing not to say a word. For years, Johnny Depp stayed silent. But what if that silence wasn't weakness? What if it was strategy? Because now it seems like Johnny is finally ready to let the truth speak. And it's more explosive than anyone could have guessed. The lies, the lovers, the betrayal. This story isn't just about heartbreak. It's about deception, hidden affairs, and the shocking web of secrets that almost destroyed one of Hollywood's most loved actors. And the wild part? It looks like Amber Heard had not one, not two, but 5 secret affairs that were carefully kept out of the public eye. Until now. So, sit back. Because by the end of this story, you'll see why Johnny's version of events might not just be believable, it might be undeniable. When Johnny first met Amber, the world saw a fairy tale. The mysterious rebel meets the rising beauty. Red carpets, magazine covers, romantic getaways, they were the picture of Hollywood love. But behind those perfect smiles, things were already starting to break. According to people close to Depp, the warning signs came early. Strange calls at odd hours, texts she'd quickly delete, nights she'd disappear claiming work commitments. Johnny, being the romantic soul he is, tried to ignore the noise. Love makes you blind, and in his case it made him hopeful. But the whispers wouldn't stop. The first time he suspected something real was wrong, it was during one of Amber's overseas film projects. Rumor has it she got way too close to her co-star. Crew members noticed it. People talked. Offset hangouts, late dinners, private rehearsals, things that didn't quite fit the professional box. Johnny tried to play it cool. He didn't want to seem jealous or insecure. But deep down, he knew something had shifted. When he finally confronted her, things exploded. One source described it as a fight that left the house silent for days. Amber denied everything, of course. But from that day, Johnny's trust was never the same. Then came the second affair. And this one cut even deeper. Because this time it wasn't a co-star. It was someone inside the industry. A man with power. Someone who moved in the same circles as Johnny. Amber used networking as the excuse. Meetings, parties, business dinners. But the messages told a different story. One that wasn't about scripts or movie deals. It was about connection. Johnny found out later through mutual friends. The betrayal hit hard. Not just because she cheated, but because she lied so effortlessly. One of Johnny's close friends once said, he didn't just lose his wife, he lost his sense of truth. The third alleged affair was the one that truly shattered everything. It wasn't just whispers anymore. This time there was evidence. According to those close to the situation, Johnny found out through surveillance footage from one of his penthouses. What he saw there left him speechless. He didn't talk about it publicly, Habu. He didn't need to. The silence said it all. From that moment on, he started pulling away. He wasn't angry in the way most people would be. He was heartbroken. He'd given her everything, his home, his love, his world, and in return, he got betrayal. But as shocking as that was, it wasn't the end. Because then came the fourth affair. And this one was with someone whose name you definitely know. A tech billionaire. Yes, that one. The one whose name came up again and again in court testimony, text messages, and leaked reports. It's been said that Amber and the billionaire had secret late-night visits. Private elevator rides. Discreet entrances. Security guards confirmed strange comings and goings that lined up with nights when Johnny was out of town. Imagine being him, away on set, working, trusting, and meanwhile, someone else was slipping in through the back door. When Depp found out, it wasn't just anger, it was humiliation. He reportedly told a friend, "It's like the whole world knew and I was the last to find out." And then there's the fifth one, the most shocking, the most painful. The one that wasn't just betrayal, but cruelty. Because this affair, according to insiders, involved someone from Johnny's own circle. Someone he considered a friend, a person he trusted. For Johnny, that wasn't just cheating. That was war. When you're betrayed by someone close to you, someone you'd let into your home, into your confidence, that's the kind of wound that doesn't heal easily. It's been said that Johnny once messaged a close confidant saying, "I gave her everything." She returned it with betrayal. Those few words, heavy with pain, capture everything he felt. You can hear the heartbreak in them. You can hear the disbelief. But here's the part that really changes how people see this story. Johnny's silence wasn't him being weak. It was power. Experts who have analyzed his interviews and his behavior say that Depp's calm, quiet approach wasn't avoidance. It was control. He knew that truth doesn't need noise. Truth eventually finds its way. While Amber went on TV, gave interviews, and painted herself as the victim, Johnny waited. He gathered receipts, texts, photos, emails, even backup files that held conversations and images that, according to whispers in Hollywood, could expose the full reality of what really went on. Some insiders even believe he's saving those for something big, maybe a tell-all documentary or a final interview where he lays everything bare. He's always been about storytelling, and this might be his most personal one yet. Meanwhile, there's talk that one of Amber's alleged lovers is considering coming forward. Imagine the chaos that would cause. A public confession that could flip the entire narrative on its head. For years, Depp's image was painted as broken, unstable, even dangerous. But as the truth comes out, the world's starting to realize maybe he wasn't the villain at all. Maybe he was the one who got played, and while Amber's career has struggled to recover, Johnny's has done the opposite. He's back, and stronger than ever. From Cannes to Dior to his music projects, his comeback is proof that truth has a strange way of rising above the noise. Now, here's something interesting most people miss. When Johnny speaks now, he doesn't attack. He doesn't insult. He simply lets his words land. That calm tone? That's not resignation, that's power. It's like he knows the truth is finally doing the talking for him. And let's be real. Even without saying names, everyone in Hollywood knows who those 5 secret affairs were rumored to be. You can see it in the whispers, in the interviews, in the sudden quietness from people who used to defend her. The pattern is clear. The more you look, the more it all starts to make sense. The strange timelines, the overlapping relationships, the messages that disappeared. It's all part of a puzzle that, once complete, reveals a story far darker than anyone imagined. But the part that really sticks with people isn't the cheating. It's how Johnny handled it. No screaming, no scandals, no messy revenge. Just quiet dignity. That's what changed everything for him. He turned pain into patience. He let time be his witness. And now the world sees it. One body language expert recently said, Johnny's restraint may have been his greatest weapon. Because in a world addicted to drama, silence stands out. And his silence was louder than any statement could ever be. Behind the scenes, Hollywood insiders are buzzing louder than ever, and not just the tabloids this time. People who have worked close to Johnny Depp are whispering that he's sitting on a treasure chest of unreleased evidence. Things the public has never seen. Things that could completely reshape how everyone sees what really happened between him and Amber. These aren't just old photos or casual texts. We're talking screenshots, videos, call recordings, and even journal entries that were never submitted in court because his team wanted to win with dignity, as one insider put it. According to someone who used to work with a major entertainment law firm, Depp's legal advisors had dozens of files that were marked too personal or too explosive to share publicly. They were meant to protect his private life, but they might also hold the final pieces of this long, painful puzzle. One assistant who was around during the court days said Johnny was always calm, almost eerily calm, even when things looked bad. And now people think they know why. Because he knew time was on his side. He didn't need to shout to prove the truth. He just needed to wait. Hollywood is a small town, smaller than most people think. Word travels fast in studios, production offices, and even among PR circles. And lately the word is that a few streaming platforms, big ones too, have been quietly reaching out to Depp's representatives. Netflix, Hulu, and even Apple TV Plus are rumored to be interested in exclusive documentary rights to what's being called the unfiltered truth. The pitch? A behind-the-scenes chronicle that finally lets Depp speak freely, without lawyers, without edits, without court restrictions. There's also talk that several journalists, high-profile ones with award-winning reputations, have approached him for an in-depth sit-down interview. The kind that could redefine everything, much like Prince Harry's or Oprah's tell-all conversations. But if you know Johnny, you know he's not rushing into it. He's a storyteller. He wants the timing, tone, and truth to align perfectly. A source close to him even said, he doesn't want revenge. He wants understanding. Meanwhile, the media machine that once tore him down has started to shift. Reporters who used to take Amber's word at face value are beginning to second-guess what they wrote. Articles that once labeled him the villain are now quietly being edited or taken down. It's subtle, but it's happening. Hollywood doesn't apologize outright. It just slowly rewrites history. And then there are the mysterious leaks. Every few months, something new seems to surface. A snippet of audio, a never-before-seen message, a photo that doesn't match Amber's story. Each time it happens, the internet explodes with theories. Fans dissect every detail, wondering if these drops are random, or if someone from Depp's team is carefully, deliberately letting the truth out piece by piece. Some insiders believe Depp's close circle is protecting a master archive, a digital vault of everything he's collected over the years. Photos, texts, voice memos, call logs, and personal notes, all cataloged and timestamped. It's said that he's been keeping it safe, not for revenge, but for clarity. Because for him, the truth isn't about punishment, it's about peace. A studio executive once put it perfectly. Johnny knows he doesn't need to prove anything anymore. The world already saw the truth peek through the cracks. Now he's just deciding when, or if, he wants to open the door completely. And that's why the industry can't stop talking. Because if even half of those rumors are true, that archive could be the most shocking Hollywood exposé in years. It could change careers, reputations, and maybe even rewrite how the world remembers one of the most public celebrity battles of all time. Whether he decides to speak or stay silent, one thing's certain, the tide has already turned. The truth isn't buried anymore. It's rising, slowly but surely, and everyone in Hollywood can feel it. And here's what's poetic. For years, Amber tried to control the story, but in the end, it's Johnny's calm truth that's rewriting it. His comeback isn't just professional. It's emotional. It's about reclaiming his name, his peace, and his life. The scandals may have hurt him, but they didn't break him. In fact, they revealed who he really is, a man who loved deeply, got betrayed brutally, but still managed to rise with grace. That's rare in Hollywood, so now the question is, what do you believe? Do you think these secret affairs were the real reason everything fell apart? Or was there something even darker going on behind the scenes? Whatever your opinion, one thing's for sure. This story is far from over. And when Johnny finally decides to tell it himself, it might just shake Hollywood again. If you've been following this journey, make sure to stick around. Because the next part of this saga could reveal how Johnny's private investigator uncovered the biggest betrayal of his life. And let's be honest, if the past is any clue, the next chapter might just be the wildest one yet. So, what do you think? Was Johnny's silence his greatest strength? Or was it the calm before the storm? Let me know your thoughts down below. I read every single comment, and if you love deep dives into Hollywood's hidden truths, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because what's coming next will leave you speechless. After all, in Hollywood, the truth doesn't just come out. It explodes.